I have several questions.
We only have one answer.
Am I ready for my new relationship?
Nope. Well, it's an easy answer. If you were, you'd be living it. So something's in the way. Do you deserve it? Yes. Is it lined up for you? Yes. Are you letting it in? No. Why? Because you're looking at where it isn't. You mean to get ready I just have to stop doing that thing I'm doing? Yes. Because you've collected enough data, you've put enough in the vortex, you're just facing too much reality.
How do I stop doing that?
Well, you have to practice on things that are easier, but we've been talking about that here today. It's about reaching for satisfying thoughts. The other day there was a lovely man sitting in the hot seat, and he had invented an improvement on a barbecue. We teased him and called it a barbecue contraption, and the market wants it, and he wants the market to want it, but it's stalled out. It's not going anywhere. And so after quite a bit of conversation and not really getting anywhere with him, we asked the audience, does our friend need to find something satisfying to think about? And the audience said yes. And we said, does our friend have to be satisfied about the barbecue? And the audience said no. So getting off the subject really helps, because you've practiced the subject of not having what you want or not being sure that you're ready. And so whenever you think about it, that's right where you go. Where if you think about something else, then it can flow more easily to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Get off the subject of resistance and on any other subject that doesn't have resistance. That's why we teach meditation. It's a subject that has no resistance. If your subject is money and you don't have enough and bills are coming and you're feeling frustrated about it, then thinking about money isn't the path of least resistance to letting money flow in. But you could focus upon the money and a relationship could flow in. Any subject that feels good to you will let other things that you want in. You just got to find something that you feel satisfied about and think about it mostly, and then everything else takes care of itself. It's too easy. That's why most people don't let it happen. You think that you have to pay a price, you think you have to dig in, and you think you have to figure it all out. And you have to figure out what you want, where it's going to be, and when it's going to come, who's going to bring it, and how it's going to come, how long it's going to take. You think you got to have all the answers to all those questions. And since you don't have the answers to any of those questions, you stand in resistance every time the subject is active within you. But if you would accept that life has caused you to ask all those questions, and that all of those answers have been put into your vortex, and you just can't see them because you're not in that receiving mode, but there are other things that put you in the receiving mode, then
why do I resist being a cooperative component to getting what I want?
Because you think you have to pay a price and you don't believe you deserve it. And the reason that you think you have to pay a price and the reason that you don't believe you deserve it is because you've been going about it the way that so many humans go about it and haven't been getting results. So you have formulated a belief that it doesn't come easily and that it's not coming to you. It's logical. Esther thought she'd cut those trees down too. It's just a thought you keep thinking. We like the stream of your question. What's the next one?
My other question is...
No, on this subject. What's the next question that's in response to what we just said?
So I'm generating a new business, and the reason I ask the question is because I won't do the thing that actually helps it to grow and move forward. I keep resisting that.
Is it something that's not fun?
In the past, I've experienced it being fun and it being also really not fun at times too.
Well, you can't have it both ways. Is it fun or isn't it? In other words, what do you think your vibration is about it? I have to do this thing. I'm supposed to do this thing I don't want to do. So there's split energy right there. So you feel paralyzed. So you want to do something that primes the pump, which usually means get off the subject. One day, Esther was thinking about something that she was wanting to create. She'd been working on it for a while. And she was really stuck in the thought of it. And then she thought about it more and she got more stuck in the thought of it. And then she tried to write about it, and she got more stuck about it. And she was clearly not in the receiving mode. She wasn't in concert with us, but she wanted to sort it out on her own. She wanted to figure it out, so she kept thinking about it. And it was on her mind for this day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And it wasn't long before she felt paralyzed, not just about this thing that was important to her, but paralyzed. And she thought, oh boy, am I a hypocrite. I stand on that stage, I clear my mind, Abraham blows through me, and they explain the laws of the universe to people all around the world, and people's lives are improving, and I am so stuck with this split energy. Then it occurred to her, she couldn't hear us, it occurred to her that she needed to do something to sort of get energy moving. And she remembered hearing us say that satisfaction means you're in the receiving mode, and the receiving mode means that good ideas will flow. So she thought, the receiving mode feels like satisfaction. And then she remembered that satisfaction comes from only one place: intending something or wanting something and moving toward it. She's giving us permission to tell you this embarrassing story. So she got out her notebook and she wrote, brush my teeth, make my bed, put my dishes in the dishwasher, cook an egg, put the towel in the laundry hamper. Seems kind of silly, doesn't it? Seems like things that you ought to be able to do without writing them down. So she made her little circles and she wrote those things in her circles, and then she brushed her teeth and circled it off with her bright orange pen. And then she sat there lifeless and looked to see if there was anything else she felt like doing. Make my bed. So she made her bed. She circled it off. She's starting to come back to life. Put the dishes in the dishwasher. She put the dishes in the dishwasher and cook an egg. And she wasn't 10 minutes and her life had come back, because she had intended and moved in the direction of her intention and got back on track and primed her pump. You see? So easy to say, I want it but I can't, I want it but I shouldn't, I want it but I haven't, I want it but I don't know anybody else that has. In other words, it's really easy to keep those old thoughts going that keep you confused or stalled out, but it's also very easy to just take a simple thought and move in the direction of it, and a simple thought and move in the direction of it, and before you know it, the thoughts are opening up, the floodgates are going, the entire universe is cooperating with you. You feel invincible, like there is not anything that if you decided that you could not do it. And it can be the next day after you were paralyzed and couldn't make yourself brush your teeth. All about energy flowing. It's about you tapping into the energy that creates worlds in a productive way. We used to tell a story, and it really applies here. So you go to the playground where the merry-go-round was, maybe they still are, Esther certainly remembers them, where the kids push it and it goes, and sometimes they'd be going so fast that she couldn't get on, and she'd have to wait for them to slow it down enough that she could get on, because if she tried to get on when they already had it really going, it would just knock her off in the bushes. But if they would slow it down enough that she would get on, then she could be part of the momentum that was making it go. And so it's like that. Some thoughts, you've got lots of momentum. Some thoughts, you don't have much momentum. Some thoughts, you have no momentum because you have contradictory momentum. You just have to figure out where you are on the subjects that matter to you based upon whether the thoughts mostly feel good or mostly don't feel good. And if they mostly don't feel good, then stay off the subject, because trying to make yourself feel good about something that mostly doesn't feel good doesn't work. Pick something that does feel good or that feels so neutral. Esther really didn't have a strong opinion about brushing her teeth or making her bed. She knew she could do it. She believed that she could make that happen. Yeah. Enough?
Yes.
Good. Really good.